Moral. He gave me moral. I believe I was praying when he gave me this word. And I've already prayed over these words that I'm doing today. But you still pray, take it to your Father, make sure it is a word for you. Make sure it's a word for you. But he gave me the word moral. And he's speaking on this because some of you may be in the season where he is opening doors and calling you to things, but also from things. And where your moral perspective is, where your standards lie with him, it'll be evident in this season based off how you respond to some of these doors he's opening for you, or these doors that he wants shut, or he's wanting to shut, but he allows us free will. So if you want to keep the door open, sometimes he's not going to shut the doors to prevent us from doing things, because sometimes we have to learn a lesson. And in this season, he's going to allow us to learn some of those lessons, so we know that's not the way to go. So he's opening some doors, and he's wanting to shut, or he's going to shut some doors. But it's also a test for you to see where your heart is, your heart posture. So moral, and this is just off the dictionary, Webster's Dictionary. A lesson, especially one concerning what is right or prudent, that can be derived from a story, a piece of information, or an experience. Or a person's standards of behavior or beliefs concerning what is and is not acceptable for them to do. So, God is saying, some of these doors I'm opening, don't drop him in the process. Don't do that. Don't drop him in the process. Even if you think it might get you ahead faster, whatever the case is, he has control of the speed dial. He will press the gas or the brakes whenever he wants. You allow him to do that because what he does is best for you. You don't know what's best for you. So that's with the doors being open. Now, if he's shutting the door, any door he's wanting to shut, we should be okay with, because if he's wanting to shut, it's not the best for us, and or it's not good for us. So allow him to shut those doors. But if you're one of those that knows he's trying to shut a door, but he's allowed, of course he allows free will. If you're one of those that you're like, I want to use my free will to keep this door open, well, you might have to compromise. What are you willing to compromise to get ahead of the game, to get where you want to be, to get to where you want to go? What are you willing to compromise? Because he will allow you to do it. He will allow you to do it, but his covering won't be over it. So what are you willing to compromise? His presence, your time with him, mentioning his name, speaking his words. What are you willing to compromise? Doors he's wanting to shut, but you're wanting to keep them open, you're going to have to compromise something, and it's mostly going to be your morals. It will most likely be your morals. And the doors that he's opening, remember your morals. When he opens those doors, remember whose you are, remember where you came from, who you came from. You're his. He didn't take you through all these tests and all this stuff just for you to get in an open door and act a fool. Don't do that. Don't embarrass him like that. That's our daddy. Don't do him like that. And that goes for me too, because I'll be having to check myself sometimes. Okay, but that's all I got for you on this word. Again, take it to your Father. Make sure it's a word for you. Until next time, remember, God loved you then. No matter what you did back then, he loves you now. No matter what you're doing right now. And he'll love you in the future. No matter what you may do in the future, he loves you and he calls you righteous. So stay righteous.